Leila Karam is also playing a key role in the engineering of the ship. It's sort of a family affair now, at least for us.
Yes, we'll be speaking with her later in this episode.
Sounds right. She'll have much more to say about how we'll be getting humans across the universe. Tell her that Mom and Dad and I will see her soon.
Thanks, Zada. I will. After the break, we'll be hopping the pond to speak with the flight director and mission commanders at the Edinburgh headquarters of the International Luxotera Coalition. Stay close.
Life support, starting a self-contained sustaining ecosystem, agriculture, navigation once we've left the solar system. I can say we because it's actually happening now.
This is Leila Karam, mission director at the International Luxotera Coalition. She couldn't wait to tell us about how her research as an aeronautical engineer and astrophysicist is being utilized for the interstellar mission to Luxotera. Dr. Karam.
Leila.
Right, of course, Leila. How are we already so far along with the design of an interstellar mission? I thought that we were still trying to launch a manned mission in our own solar system.
No. That's just what the public sees. We've been blocked from doing anything bigger than that, from even trying, honestly. Political squabbling, funds diverted from space agencies to other short-term concerns have blocked us from making tangible progress on anything larger. But, as you can see here in Edinburgh, with the backing of the International Coalition, there hasn't been much delay. Most of the mathematics, the design, small-scale models, materials, logistics, all of that has already been worked out. It was just a matter of putting it into practice.
So it doesn't bother you at all that the funds are coming from places like the Catholic Church or the Church of Latter-day Saints?
They can't stop us once we launch. And no one organization has a majority vote. None of us do. I, personally, have never been religious, but I have to say, there's surprisingly less red tape. They let you do what you are called to do.
And you are called to take humans on the first interstellar space journey?
Yes.
Then how long have you been working on interstellar space travel?
Unofficially, most of my career. Once I began researching the location and the possibilities of life on planets outside of the solar system, those were the problems I wanted to solve. Not how to build yet another better telescope. No, I wanted to build the ways for humanity to get there.
And do you expect to go on this journey?
That's not why I'm doing this. I don't have any kind of manifest destiny complex. I'm not doing this to put my flag on another planet. I am doing this because I am one of the only people who can make this happen. I am the only one with the skill sets for launching and sustaining humanity's longest journey into space to date.
I understand that. That's actually not at all what I was suggesting. You must be feeling an enormous amount of anticipation and a decent amount of stress advising on such an important mission.
Yes. Before we choose the crew, I have to make sure that our ship will get us there. Anyone picked for this mission knows that they are committing to a life within the space that my team is designing right now. The life support systems we're creating will recycle the same air for the crew's entire lifetime, for their children's lifetime. We're planning contingencies and systems that will make it safe for fetuses to gestate in microgravity and thrive once they are born into that environment. To live there, protected by the materials inside and outside of the ship's walls from radiation, the same radiation that will power the ship on its journey through space.
So it will be powered by a low-thrust system. We have heard from other researchers that this was a consideration.
It has been a long discussion as to how many solar sails we need and whether we'll take the materials to craft new backups in flight.
So you are planning on using solar sails?
Of course. No one has told you about the ship's propulsion systems?
We have a general idea of the options that could be used, but that's why you're here, to make sure that we do understand what this mission entails and what's already being prepared.
If we had more time, I would launch without any high-thrust systems, but unfortunately, it looks like there will have to be a highly combustible launch for at least part of the ship.
But there will also be solar sails. Will they make up most of the ship's power en route?
Some of it. Others have argued it's not worth the effort. But we are going to need every iota of power we can produce while in the solar system to keep us moving forward once we leave it. Anything to let the universe push us along and gain momentum. And I am going to make sure that the research continues here in Edinburgh to ensure that whatever launches next will have the research and infrastructure needed to operate on a purely low-thrust system, to not mess up this planet's ecosystems anymore in the process of leaving it.
It is good to hear that this planet is part of the Coalition's concerns. It seems like every other current event has been pushed to the side with this news.
For good reason. This mission is a legacy, not an escape route. Edinburgh needs to be an emblem, an example for how this is done.
So why is the Coalition based in Edinburgh?
Access to world-class research facilities, the support of a university system accustomed to international collaboration, not to mention proximity to an international airport, as well as the governments of Europe, room to manufacture, and for my immediate purposes, the direct flights to Toronto. Listen, Joel can tell you more. Unfortunately, I have to get back to work.
Thank you so much for your time. We do hope to speak with you again, Leila, no matter where you end up.
Thanks, Cecilia.
For a closer look into the International Coalition's facilities, we welcome Dr. Joel Horton, Flight Director and Public Relations Manager.
Hi, Cecilia. We're glad to have you here, to finally let the public in on our process.
Dr. Horton, it's great to have you here. Leila Karam showed us her designs for the ship. What else can you tell us about what's going on here at Coalition headquarters?
A flurry of activity. It's been this way since we started receiving the signals. The Royal Observatory of Edinburgh has been coordinating global efforts since the transmissions were confirmed as genuine. They were just well placed. Luck of the draw. With the translation, spades of social scientists have joined the linguists and analysts interpreting everything streaming in. And with the funding and announcement to launch a mission, it's become another institution unto itself.
Is that why the Coalition is based in Edinburgh? Luck of the draw?
No, it would have moved if any portion of this couldn't happen here. It is luck of the draw that the city could support us. It can sustain our manufacturing in small doses, as well as supply us from air and ocean with other materials. Over the North Sea, we have a great reception area for additional radio telescope arrays, and now a future launch site.
Wow, so what's your part in all of this?
It's twofold, as the title suggests. As flight director, I manage the design teams, integration of all systems, and coordinate our schedules with the larger institution, monitoring our work against the timeline for launch. As a public relations manager, I'm here to make sure the public starts understanding what we're doing and why we're investing so much time and effort into this mission. Why now?
Yes, Dr. Skylar Adhar mentioned some of those reasons, as did Zada Karam. What's the official stance?
It's hard to pick just one. It feels like every meeting I attend has a different engine behind it. The backers had their reasons, our world leaders have theirs, but around here, it's a dream come true for so many of us. To do the work we've always done, but to have the whole world behind us, believing in us. We don't like to stop and examine the reasons why, just in case we wake up to find the funding is dried up and we're all the weird space geeks staring up into the skies again. I have finally convinced my daughter that I am cool.
She believes you're a rocket scientist now?
She's 8. She always thought I was a rocket scientist. Only now, she wishes I weren't so far away.
Well, where is she now?
Back in Canada at home with my wife. But my family and many others will be joining me here soon. The work is too important, and well, Edinburgh is a pretty exciting place to be in August, even without a big rocket launch.
Is that why you are working so hard on this mission? To bring about a brighter future for your daughter? One where this planet isn't the only option?
No. Not because I'm a father. Being a father and husband, they're core to my being. But this journey and what we're building here at Coalition headquarters, it goes beyond any one person, beyond any individual or group of any size. For those of us who have done this work for decades, like myself, Skylar, and Leila, We've always been dreaming and preparing for it. This is the work of a lifetime. Getting to work together as the team that launches it, that is the luck of the draw.
You sound like a very tight-knit group here. Almost like another family.
We do spend a lot of time in these buildings. But Leila and I actually began our research together at the University of Toronto in Dr. Skylar's lab. It has taken us down different paths. She always dreamed bigger about what types of starships we could engineer, always knew that journeying to an exoplanet was possible, and I'm just so happy that my work and hers are converging again. We complement each other in terms of our coalition positions.
Do you know yet who will be on board for the journey to Luxotera?
No. We can't make any official statements or guesses on the crew manifests.
But some of the researchers on your team now will be on board, and some will stay behind, right?
That's true. Not everyone can go, and not everyone has that choice.
Do you know where you'll be in that group? Where Leila, Skylar, and the other researchers will be during the August launch?
Like I said, we're just nose to the grindstone for the moment. These are all huge shifts, and speculating it isn't useful to our teams or our families, or to those of you out there listening to this broadcast. What I can promise is that we'll be pulling cargo from all over the globe to take on this mission. The goal of the coalition is to exhibit the very best this planet has to offer to Luxotera. Whether you're on board or standing with both feet on planet Earth when our ship launches, you will have the chance to contribute. The coalition will be releasing more information soon. All I can say now is to keep listening to Transmission Podcast and watching for updates on luxotera.com.
Thanks, Joel. We look forward to meeting the rest of the team and your family the next time we visit the coalition offices.
Thank you, Cecilia. You're welcome here anytime. We're looking forward to it.
When we come back, we'll be speaking to the parents of Leila and Zada Karam. What does it mean to be related to the coalition members at the center of this mission to Luxotera? Stay close. What does it mean to be related to the coalition members at the center of this mission to Luxotera?
We told our children to always dream big. More than that, we showed them how to. Go anywhere, study anything, contribute to the betterment of the human race. Don't let where you came from ever hold you back.
That's Youssif Karam, aeronautical engineer and father of not one but two of the scientists working on the transmissions to Proxima B.
Leila and Zada have worked hard, so hard. It makes all the change and sacrifice we made worth it.
And Nada Karam, their mother. The Karams joined me from their home in Toronto to share what the discovery of Luxotera and the announced one-way mission have meant to their family.
Thanks for having us. We never thought we'd be the ones being interviewed.
We each came to Canada as children in different waves of refugees. I came in the first round in 2016. It seemed like hostilities would never end.
Youssif.
What? Half a century later and we can't say what was really happening. Isn't that why we left? That is why we left.
Is everything okay?
Yes.
It's okay. It's just a lot to take in. What he's saying is that we came to Toronto in the mid-2010s to start a new life with our families. And now, look where our daughters are.
Leila, an astrophysicist and engineer making huge strides in exoplanet research, and Zada. Has Zada ever been home to Damascus?
Yes, Youssif. She went on a research trip, remember? Today, She works with indigenous population in Canada.